Well, hello there. My name's sometimes Heather and I make dresses. Today, I wanted to show you what I wore for New Year's Eve. We went shopping a while back and I dug up a discounted piece of sparkly velvet. I was a bit iffy about this. I wear black, full stop, and this fabric sparkled in all the colors of the rainbow. The material was really pretty though, so I bought it. For €20, I got about 2.5 meters of fabric. I drafted a quick design of a dress knowing I'd stray from it when patterning. I wanted a wide hem and a fitted bodice, while other details were negotiable. As material was limited, I planned to settle for short sleeves. That would allow me to wear the dress as is during summer and paired with mesh tops when the weather gets cold. I started by pulling out my trusted pattern, a basic top made for my measurements. I use this a lot when drafting casual dresses. It's surprising how much can be accomplished with just a basic pattern. I measured my desired length and chopped away. At this point I noted, to my delight, that I had a bit of extra in my length. I decided to use it to make the back hem longer. To create my high-low hem, I used the trusted method of eyeballing it. After cutting my dress, I had more than enough fabric left. I could go with my original plan of short puff sleeves, or change my mind and cut out long sleeves instead. As winter has arrived, a long-sleeved garment might get more wear. I went with a long sleeve with a bit of a puff around the shoulder and decided to save the scraps for a smaller project in the future. When making dresses, I usually start sewing from the back seam. Then I'll move on to the shoulders and side seams. I followed my set routine with this one: center back, shoulders, sides. I continued on to the sleeves. I closed them up and set them before remembering it might be smart to try the dress on. Even though this isn't my first dress, all fabrics behave differently. Sometimes, weight and elasticity of the fabric can cause issues with fit. Luckily, this one fit almost perfectly. I had a little extra room around the waist, but nothing a belt or an extra slice of cake wouldn't fix. I had planned to give the dress a neckline that's a bit more open, but trying it on, I actually liked the enclosed neck better. The fabric is rather loud. As I knew it would draw attention, I didn't want to add to it by showing a scandalous amount of chest. I hemmed the dress and moved on to cuffs and neckline. I chose to use a similar technique to finish them both. I cut out a strip of fabric as long as my cuffs and my neckline, sewed short ends together on each piece, folded my pieces and pinned them to the right sides of said cuffs and neckline. After securing them to place with my serger, I top-stitched the neckline binding down while allowing the cuffs to live out their lives without any decorative stitching. The cuffs stay put without stitching, whereas narrow neckline bindings have a tendency to turn and reveal unsightly things like seams. Sewing the dress took less time than I'd anticipated. After finishing it, I decided to use some of the fabric remnants to sew a belt. I rummaged through my stash and pulled out a bit of white elastic. I cut out a piece twice as wide, sewed it into a tube and pushed the elastic inside. I added 3 button loops to one end, closed the ends and popped on 3 pretty buttons. We hosted a little party on New Year's Eve like we always do, and I wore my sparkly dress. It turned out to be a little bit warm but very comfortable. The wide high-low hem paired with a tight underskirt allowed me to move freely without giving one thought to what I was wearing. The belt I'd made held the extra width in check beautifully while remaining securely in place all night. The only complaint I have is that the sleeves have a bit of an awkward length. I might change them at some point to make the dress even comfier to wear. All in all, the dress turned out really well. It even gave me the opportunity to claim I've never worn this many colors all at once. I hope you enjoyed this video. Next week, I thought I might show you something else, sparkly. Thank you so much for watching and see you all later.